take a little break here. All right, well, hey guys, welcome back to this channel. So as you can see, I'm on the inlet currently. I was really glad I brought the double blade instead of the single blade paddle that you normally use for the paddleboard, just because I am going to be fighting the current the entire way. The tide's actually coming in now, so it's going to be a push the whole way to get out. But once I get to the exit, the island's pretty much just right there to the left, so I'll be able to yeah, get off and start the next portion of this, which will be a hike. So I'm gonna get back to it. A bit more paddling. I gotta go around this bend. There's a boat off in the distance. I don't know if you can see it, and then out that way towards the island. All right, let's get going. All right, looks like we got quite a few boats coming now that it's high tide. All the more reason to stick to the sides as well so I don't get run over. Luckily, this is a big paddleboard, so the wake created by all these boats isn't really affecting me at all. That's good, at least. Slow and steady, with an emphasis on the slow part. I'm making ground, but man, woo! Staying out of the way of boats is a priority too. So I'm coming up to the island now. There's quite a few boats. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a fifth one coming. But it's a pretty big island. And actually, once I get to the island, I'm going to be hiking a little bit as well. So well, made it to the ocean. And straight in front of us is our destination, along with plenty of other people, at least in this first part. Wow, it's beautiful. Well, I just arrived on the island, but as you can see, my stuff's over here, and as you can see, there are people everywhere. This is probably the most crowded place I've ever been to. For whatever reason, this side is actually marked off. It's probably for bird nesting and whatnot, but so yeah, everyone's over here. I'm just gonna go read this sign, and I'm gonna put the camera away, and I'll get back with you guys in just a bit. So you may actually recognize this spot or this area from a camp I did. I want to say it was 2 years ago now. It was actually about a mile or so that way, and I couldn't actually get over to this island because of this channel. You can cross it at low tide, but unless you have something, a boat, or you're willing to swim with high tide to get across, it can be a bit difficult. So I probably wouldn't cross it at high tide given the currents. But yeah, with this finally gives me the opportunity to actually cross over and get onto this side. Yeah, so I'm just gonna hang out a bit, wait till the crowds maybe die down. There's a few gentlemen over here just hanging out, and actually that's kind of the direction I want to go, down the beach this way, to look for a spot. The plan is to actually hike about a mile down the beach that way. But yeah, I want to kind of wait for them to maybe come back over here to their boat before I set off. So yeah, here's the stuff. The dry bag and everything worked really well. I didn't use the single paddle even once because currents were just too strong. So I'm really happy I brought the double paddle. And it was for that reason. I kind of figured that would be the case, but it's been quite a while since I've paddled against the incoming tide. So, okay, yeah, I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. And yeah, I'll wait for these gentlemen over here to kind of move on, and then I'm going to make my move down the beach. I may actually walk that way just to kind of scout it out a little bit, and then well, I'll probably move my stuff up. The tides are coming up quite quickly, so I'll move it up there, and then yeah, scout it out a little bit. Just came up here to get a lay of the land. So we came from the village out that way, and then up the inlet to here. And this is the island. Pretty awesome. Whew, this is turning out to be tougher than a normal hike in the Lake District. So I've walked about a half a mile and that's it. I'm pretty winded already, so I decided to take a little break. I have about a mile to go, but I'm down to only one set of footprints in the sand that I see over here. And they look like they might not even be from today, so that's a good sign. So yeah, about a mile to go before we get to the spot that I was thinking I would camp at. Just gonna take a little break though. It's only 6 o'clock, so it's actually in about a half an hour, I believe it'll be high tide, which is good because it'll give me an idea if the area that I was thinking of is safe. And then low tide I think is at 2:30, and then high tide is after sunrise in the morning. So oh, I'm finally away from all the people though. It looks like just individual boaters, and then it looks like there's actually a guy who's dropping people off at the island. I've seen him come by twice, but it looks like they drop everyone off right where I got onto the island, right where the inlet meets the ocean. So not the ideal spot to dock, kind of trying to avoid people, but I wasn't going to paddle all the way out into the ocean and along the coast just because with the waves, I don't want it to tip me or anything like that with all my stuff. And just as I'm getting done talking to you, there's a guy with a surfboard or a paddleboard who actually may be the owner of these footprints walking this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera off and keep walking. gonna be home for the night. Actually, I've already changed my mind. There's a spot right next to me that has a bit more shade and a tiny bit more shelter, so I'm gonna take that one. I think this spot might be a little bit better. It's a tiny bit flatter, a little bit less debris, because I really have to watch out for some of the shells, which are just razor sharp. I don't want to cut my bag or the paddleboard. So I think I'm gonna just move from here to right here. Go ahead and use it as a seat for the time being. Oh yeah, that's nice. That definitely took a bit longer than I anticipated. Yeah, the hiking portion of it was by far the toughest. Yeah, I don't know, I just thought, it'll be no problem walking a mile or so with this under the arm. Yeah, it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. It's okay though. I found a nice spot. Beach is, it's okay. It's a little disappointing. There's actually off the island, further down the coast, actually east of here, there's another beach with dunes that I camped on 2 years ago. And that beach is actually a bit more pristine, even though this is an island and people have to boat to get to it or have that brief window where they can walk across the inlet when it's low tide. But yeah, there's just so much debris. It's kind of sad. There's a lot of garbage. I found an area that's pretty much clear of it. I do see a little bits and pieces. I'm gonna go around before I start cooking dinner and just collect some of it. There's actually, over the dunes here, there's actually these big white bags, and I saw one, I didn't know what it was. I checked it out. It's actually just like a rubbish bag. So before dinner, I'm gonna go ahead and just collect some. Just try to leave the place a little bit better than I found it, and then I'll start cooking dinner. Only gone, what, 4 or 5 minutes? And look at all this that I've already gotten. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's actually really kind of nice that they have these bags. So, you know, usually I only have a certain amount of space left in my bag, so I can usually find rubbish in the Lake District or wherever and just pack it. But it's really nice to actually have these here so I can pick up a little bit more and actually, you know, leave the place better than I found it. This is what I'm talking about. I have these big bags here. So this is what I've collected, and unfortunately there's no room in the bag, so I'm just gonna leave it next to it. But yeah, they're kind of staggered all down the coast. Yeah, just sucks. I try to be positive on this channel, but I don't know, it's just depressing when you see, I don't know, human garbage everywhere in such a pretty place. You know, an island where there's no people and it's just littered with people's waste. Just, ugh. Any case, yeah, so it wasn't far. It was right there, and I've actually, my spot's just right over there, so I'll just continue to pick up stuff as I find it. I am starving. I know the sun's high, but it's actually a lot later than it appears. I believe it is, yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock actually, so I'm starving. I worked up quite the appetite. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking. Alright, so tonight on the menu is shrimp scampi. I thought it was an appropriate dish for the sea. Right, so I've got that. I actually brought, I brought 3 liters of water. I'm almost down a liter. And then I actually took this, this is 2-liter bag, and I froze it. As you can see, it's still a big block of ice, and that's what was able to keep everything cold. So I'll be able to enjoy a nice ice cold beer later, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, and I'll have cold water to drink, which is
which is nice as well. I would normally crack it, but there's no way to actually get it in this pot otherwise. Forgot the red pepper flake. A shrimp scampi. So a few liberties had to be taken with the method that I would normally do, but yeah, for such a tiny cook set, I'm really liking the Trangia Mini. Made a nice size meal. Cheers. I love shrimp scampi. Just in time to watch the sun go down. Oh, well, that was good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just watch the sunset. I'm just finishing the rest of the wine that I used to make the shrimp scampi, but I do have a beer, so I'm gonna probably crack that open in just a bit. Yeah, take in the last of the light, set the bed up, and yeah, I'll get back with you soon. Pretty great sunset. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and just blow it up inside the bivy just to protect it. Because again, I got rid of most of the shells, but there's still some pretty sharp ones. Alright, bed's all set up for the night. I definitely won't be sleeping with it closed. I'll probably just keep it open completely. There's really no insects or anything like that, and I don't want to deal with the condensation. So just keep it closed because I'm kicking sand everywhere. So yeah, until I go to bed. So my beer for tonight is Northern Monk Citra IPA. Nice summer beer. Despite the rubbish on this section of the beach, you can't beat the fact that there's not a soul in sight, which is really cool. Cheers, guys. Oh, yeah, it's been a while since I was able to get out for a camp. We had the school break. The family went to Rome for a week, and then I got back and got sick. So I was in bed for a couple days, a few days, but yeah, 100% now. It's just good to get out. It's been a while. It's been a good month since my last camp. Definitely not going to wait another month before the next one. After this camp, I'd like to do one in the Lake District or Snowdonia. Yeah, I just want to get out, do a hike. This is fun to switch it up and do something a bit different. Can't beat this sound though. Normally I like it silent, but man, the sound of waves, it's pretty awesome. What a spot. No filter. This is crazy. Unreal sunset. Oh my gosh. gosh, I'm a little blown away by this. So pretty. What an incredible evening. So cool. Alright, I'm gonna head back up. Finish my beer. I got sidetracked. I put it down. I've been just looking at the birds and oh my gosh, look at this. Absolutely amazing. So in any case, as I was saying, I got sidetracked. So yeah, I'm gonna finish my beer. Head back up there and I'll probably try to get to bed early because I think sunrise is something like 4 a.m. or something like that. So yeah, it's going to be very bright early, and I can't sleep through that. So, all right, let's walk back. Wow. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and head to bed. It is 10:40, so yeah, it's already pretty late. Sunrise is around 4 a.m., so first light will probably be a bit before that. So yeah, I'm going to be up very early, so it's definitely time for bed. So I will catch you in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It's 4 a.m. It's been light out for, I think it was light out at like 2 a.m. or something like that. At least light enough to see. Yeah, I still haven't gotten used to how early the sunrises are in the UK over the summer. Oh, anyways, it's too bright. I can't sleep. I would like to sleep, but I can't. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up. Looks like the camera lens is fogging up. Everything is soaked. If you notice, I had to switch the bivy around before going to bed because the breeze is coming from the ocean. And yeah, it's just coated everything in a mist. So everything's soaked. The back of the bivy, the foot end of the bivy's wet. Alright, I'm gonna get up and make some coffee. some sunrise. Tried to fly the drone. Wasn't very successful. It just kept getting attacked by the birds. I was afraid to either hurt a bird or lose the drone. Tried to fly it over the water, actually. That's when the birds took notice of it. Yeah, so I had to get it back. I'm sure you'll see on the video them diving at it. Weren't very happy. But I also saw a seal. I saw him a little bit earlier this morning. Kind of spooked me. I thought it was a person swimming at first, which would have been really odd to see. But yeah, he came back and he was just kind of hanging around in front of me, getting a look. Probably curious what I was doing out here. Beautiful morning. Still pretty early. Just turned 5. So yeah, so I'm gonna finish this, pack up, which won't take long, and then start hiking, because again it's about 1.5 miles back to where I'll put in, and then hopefully, if I'm lucky, I can get as the tide's coming in, so I'm not fighting the current. Yeah, really nice trip. So pretty out here. Oh, there's the seal. He's way out there now. So cool. I almost considered actually putting in right here. The water's really glassy right now. There's a few waves, so I'd have to paddle a little bit further out and then down, but that's quite the paddle. And if I am messing with the current at all in the inlet, I don't want to be tired for it, so I'll hike with the paddleboard again. Kind of crazy. This backfired on me a little bit. I still have a massive chunk of ice in here, unfortunately. That should be enough water to get me back, though. Yeah, probably my only complaint with camping on the beach is dealing with the sand in the morning when everything's wet and the sand just sticks to it. Yeah.
All right, leave no trace as always. This is where we were last night. What a fantastic spot. All right, let's get out of here. Mr. Seal again, or Mrs. Look at this beauty. Nice. It's nice to actually be able to stand up and paddle. When there's no strong current or wind, it's actually really much faster. Wow, this would be a phenomenal spot to swim. Got deep quick. Gosh, the water's so glassy. All right, guys, this felt like a good enough spot to sign off. So I'm almost back to the village. You can see it off there in the distance. And we came from out there. Yeah, really fantastic camp. Really incredible sunrise and sunset. I think this is one of the few places where I've been where you can actually see the sunset and rise over the sea, which is really cool. So that's gonna do it. Hopefully you liked it. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below, and I'll catch you on the next one. Please like, share, and get outside. Later.